Hey everyone, good morning. Well, it might not be morning time for you, but it certainly is for me. And I'm starting the day with a little tangerine here. I'm about to do a workout. I don't want a big meal sloshing around in my system. So there's a little hack for you. I had a big carby meal last night, so I'm pumped up, ready to go. And have lots of energy, the glycogen on tap. And yeah, get a little workout in here. And on that note, you guys loved the last time I did a little compilation video like this. So in this one, I'm just going to run through, like, you've got a bunch of assorted clips coming at you rapid fire here with various plant-based diet tips that have allowed me to get in my best shape ever. So hopefully you find this useful. This is stuff that's really helped me on my journey, stuff that I'm working with my clients on all the time. So hopefully it's plug and play. You can take these ideas, consider them, food for thought, pardon the pun, and if you like the sound of them, give them a try for yourself. I think it will really help your results, both on and off the scale. Okay, hope you enjoy this one. See you in a bit.
Most people know this, but sadly I feel lots of new vegans make this mistake. Vegan does not automatically mean healthy. Vegan cheese is number one. That stuff is, that's honestly lethal, man. Number two, oils. Yes, I know they're often heralded as a healthy fat source, but we're gonna get those healthy fats straight from the natural source itself instead. Number three, typical takeout foods, pizza, vegan burgers, and so on. And of course, sweet treats and desserts. Again, there are some exceptions, but ice cream, brownies, chocolate, donuts, candy, and so on. So step number one, get this stuff out of your fridge, out your freezer, out your pantry, delete those darn food delivery apps off your phone, for goodness sakes.
How to position out the right amounts of food for portion. I think what they're just trying to ask is how to correctly portion control meals.
Yeah, so I have like kind of a basic template for this that is very generalistic. So this shouldn't be taken too literally. It will need some modification and adjustment. But I kind of like this idea of 1 cup of cooked grain, half a cup of beans or lentils or other legumes, 2 cups of veggies, and then a small fat source. And I think that's like a really nice plate of food. Now, like I said, I don't need to do this disclaimer all the time, but this is very generalist. That wouldn't be appropriate for me, right? I'm 5'11", I'm a man, I'm relatively active, excuse me, and I'm not trying to lose weight anymore. So if I ate that meal, I'd be pretty hungry within an hour or two. But knowing my audience, knowing your audience relatively well at this stage, that's going to be quite a good template to start with.
There are 2 reasons why you're gaining weight or certainly not losing it on a plant-based diet. Number one, you're not in a calorie deficit, probably because you heard that you didn't have to worry about calories to lose weight when you're eating whole foods. Number two, you are actually in a calorie deficit some days of the week, but it's not nearly consistent enough to have any major breakthrough on the scale. You can fix both of these problems by finally understanding and respecting the role that calories play in weight loss, whether you like it or not. And that doesn't mean that you have to count your calories every single day. I certainly don't, but once in a while, you might need to monitor how many calories you're consuming, make some reductions from there, and then stick with that revised plan long enough to actually fairly test if it works or not. You can reduce your calorie intake slightly simply by, number one, reducing your portions a little bit. Number two, using fewer fat-rich plant foods like avocado, nut seeds, nut butters, tahini, and so on. Or, number three, simply reducing the amount of snacks you're eating per day, even if they're healthy snacks. And this is the bread we're using. I appreciate this only applies to those of you in the UK. This is from Waitrose. This is a rye and wheat dark sourdough bread. It's actually not my usual. This is my kind of backup plan, let's say. I usually like the Burtonnet bakery range, if you're familiar. If you happen to be in the US, the Ezekiel and Dave's Killer range are pretty decent options, especially Ezekiel. If you're anywhere else in the world, excuse me, you're looking for whole wheat rye or sourdough breads with minimal added ingredients. I'd actually let myself eat out once per week. And you might not believe what you're hearing on this one, but it's only once a week. That's a drop in the bucket of your overall weekly diet. Think about it like this, right? If you're eating 21 meals a week, assuming 3 meals a day, if you're having 20 good meals, as per the rules that I've shared through this video, and then 1 meal out that's less than textbook perfect, that's nothing to sweat. That's nothing to lose sleep over. That 1 meal isn't going to make or break your success at a 1 to 21 ratio, if that makes sense. But the rules for me would be very clear. There'd be no booze and there'd to be no desserts. I just get that one meal out per week. And that will give me some sense that I can actually maintain a really effective weight loss structure that brings results on the scale every week, but also at times a bit of fun and a bit of rule bending, and a sense that, no, I can actually make this a practical lifestyle for me over the long term whilst I'm losing weight.
So I hope you found that useful, folks. I'm about to go and enjoy my little tangy here. And if you do want more guidance, support, and accountability to hold your feet to the fire and guarantee that you actually get results, you can check out my Slim and Sustain program, where I will personally coach you every step through this process. I'll put the link to learn more about Slim and Sustain and fill out the form down below. Speak to you soon.